All right, thank you so much for joining me in this video lecture. This is Gurpal Singh from Gursur Education, and in this particular video lecture, we are going to talk about the next chapter regarding mathematical reasoning, that is going to be profit and loss system. So this is very interesting, very beautiful, and a very high scoring subject. And I must tell you, whether you are appearing for any examination, any government examination which contains mathematical reasoning as part of its syllabus, 100% the topics of profit and loss shall be there. So in this video lecture, we shall be talking about profit and loss in detail. First of all, the structure will be same as the structure of the previous lectures was. So first of all, we shall be clearing all your concepts. We shall be teaching you the formulas which are necessary for solving the practicals regarding profit and loss. And after that, we shall solve maximum possible questions, so that we shall explain it in a way that these becomes very much familiar with you, and you easily try to solve all these questions. So if you are appearing for any examination, this particular topic is highly suggested for the reason that this is a very high scoring chapter. Okay, so now I'm just going to share you the screen. I'm going to teach you the concept regarding profit and loss account. You have to enjoy that. It's going to be very large. Okay, it can take much of the time, because in the same lecture, first of all, we are going to clear your concept, and after that, so many questions are going to be explained. So hope you would enjoy that. It would be very interesting. Just going to share the screen. Enjoy this video lecture. All right, so this is going to be related to profit and loss account, and that is going to be very important, very interesting, and very beautiful lecture, because it is having the probability of at least 75 to 80% that the question can be asked from this specific chapter. And this is very interesting, I must tell you. Whether you are appearing for any kind of examination, this is always depicted in the syllabus of mathematical reasoning. Whether you are going for IBPSC, SSC, then UPSC, then NET examination, JRF examination, or any examination, this specific chapter is very high scoring and very beautiful. What you have to do, you have to understand some kind of very easy formulas, and after that you must know how to make mathematical equations. If you are able to make those equations, then you can solve these kind of questions very easily. In this lecture, I am going to tell you how you can find these kind of equations, and I must tell you how this is going to be interesting for you. So I'm just not going to show you right now anything. I'm just going to talk about something. Okay, suppose you are a businessman, you have a shop. Suppose you have a shop. Okay, you purchase something, you purchase some accessories, and you sell it. Obviously, you purchase from your suppliers. You purchase your suppliers, okay, and you sell it to your customers. And it is very obvious that that you shall purchase from your supplier whatever the price you pay to your supplier, that is known as your cost price. This is your cost price at which you actually buy the accessories. This is known as a cost price. And the price at which you offer the products to your customer, that price is known as sale price. This is known as sale price. Okay, so your purpose is always to earn a profit, and this is very obvious. It happens with everyone. You need to earn a profit. What you do, you purchase at a price, you just make some kind of addition in that, and you sell the product. That means if sale price is greater than cost price, then obviously you shall earn profits. You are purchasing the thing for 50 rupee, but you are selling it for 60 rupee. That means you are earning 10 rupee profits. That is very conceptual and very easy to understand. And in case sale price is lesser than cost price, then obviously you shall be bearing the losses. That means you have purchased the article for 50 rupee, but you are selling it for 45 rupee only. That means you are having the loss of 5 rupee. So all the topics and all the concepts regarding profit and loss just revolves around what I have taught you right now. Okay. So first of all, what you do, you purchase something, and whatever your price you pay for purchasing something, this is known as cost price. Then you make some kind of addition, and that addition is known as a profit percentage or profit addition. After making the addition in the cost price, you just offer this to your customer, and this is known as sale price. The price at which you offer the products to your customer, this is known as your sale price. And if sale price is greater than cost price, this is your profit. And if your sale price is lesser than your cost price, this is your loss. And remember the thing, profit and loss percentage is always calculated on the basis of a cost price. This is the thing you have to remember in your mind. Okay. So when I am telling you, suppose you have purchased an article for 100 rupee. Okay. So that is your cost price. Cost price. You have purchased an article for 100 rupee. Okay. You are selling it for 110 rupee. Okay. If I am asking you how much percentage of a profit you have earned, what you would do? You would do simply, first of all, you will find the profit. Profit is very simple. Sale price minus cost price. Because for the profit, it is the condition, and this is the must condition, that sale price should be greater than cost price. So sale price is 110 and cost price is 100. That means 10 rupee you are getting as your profit. I am asking the percentage of a profit. How this is to be find out? Percentage of profit should be equal to profit divided by the cost price. This thing I wish to teach you. The percentage of a profit and loss is always calculated on the basis of a cost price only. So you can find the percentage. This is 10%. Okay. So in this way you can find that. In the same way, suppose you are selling the same article for 95 rupee. I am telling you how much loss of you incurring. Loss are you incurring? What's the percentage of that? What you would do? You would just minus sale price from cost price. So you can see that in case of finding the profit, the formula is a sale price minus cost price. But in case of finding the loss, the formula is reversed, because whatever is greater, whether this is cost price or sale price, that should come at the first instance. So cost price minus sale price, in this case 100 minus 95 is equal to 5 rupee. And when we are finding its percentage, what we would do, 5 divided by 100, because in the base figure or the denominator there should be cost price always, and when you multiply this by 100, you get the value of a 5%. This is how you get the percentage of that. Why I am discussing with you all these things? Only for the reason because these are basics, and on the basis of that the formulas are made only thing. Okay, these are the only things you have to remember. Otherwise, making mathematical equations are very easy. I am going to tell you this, and this chapter is very interesting. Number of times while delivering the explanation videos, we have inserted the questions from profit and loss chapters as well. So now I hope I have already make your concepts clear regarding that. Still, if there are some formulas, we have written these in very clear format. I am going to teach you all these formulas in detail, and after that, as usual, we shall be solving many questions, and after solving these questions, we shall be delivering you the PDF notes as well. And I must tell you, we are already very advanced in the study of mathematical reasoning. You can see in the Saturday, this is going to be my third lecture, and I have a plan to record as maximum lectures as possible. So just going to tell you the basics of profit and loss account. First of all, the cost price, the price at which you purchase the article from your supplier. This is known as cost price, and it is abbreviated as CP. So this is the first concept in the chapter of profit and loss. The second, sale price, the price at which you offer the product to your customers. The price at which the article is sold is known as selling price, and this is abbreviated as SP, and this is the second concept. Okay, so these are the two most important concepts. On the basis of these two, all the formulas are made. So just going to move further, how profits is earned. If SP is greater than CP, SP is sale price. If sale price is greater than cost price, obviously you shall be earning profit, and this is very common sense. If SP is greater than CP, the salary is said to have profit or gain. In the same way, if in case of loss, if SP is lesser than CP, this is if sale price is lesser than CP, then you are at the position of facing the losses. The salary is said to have incurred a loss. So profit and loss are the situation about which the relationship is always there between SP and CP, and that relationship tells you the relationship of greater than and lesser than. That tells you that whether you are earning profit or losses, and that is very obvious. So 4 concepts you have learned right now. I'm going to move further with the fifth and sixth one. So now one by one, I'm going to tell you how you can make the use of SP and CP in different formulas. For finding the gain, just minus cost price from sale price. This is the first formula. Gain is always equal to sale price minus cost price. Loss is always equal to cost price minus sale price. This is the second formula, which I have already told you. In the first case, SP is greater than CP. In the second case, SP is lesser than CP. The third one is gain percentage. How to find that I have already told you. Write the figure of the gain on the numerator and write the figure of the cost price in the denominator and multiply this by 100. Then you shall get the gain percentage. This is very obvious and very easy to understand. In the same way, how to find loss percentage, write the value of the loss in the numerator and the value of the cost price in the denominator, multiply this by 100. You shall be getting the value of loss percentage. So I have already explained you that the cost price is always used in the place of a denominator. You can never use the sale price, okay? Because loss or gains are always calculated on the basis of cost price. This is all about that. Now this is next one. Suppose gain has been given to you, cost price has been given to you, and you are asked to find the sale price. How to find that? Formula is very simple. Suppose you have earned 15% gain by 15% gain, and the original cost of the article was 100. Then how would you find sale price? Well, it's very easy. Just write here 100 and make addition of the percentage of profit whatever is given to you in the question. Divide this by 100 and multiply this by original cost. I mean to say, if gain and cost price has been given to you, you can easily find the selling price. Now just to find this, you can find that the selling price would be 150 rupee. So in case gain and cost price have been given to you, you can easily find the sale price. This is the next formula. How to find? Just make addition of gain in 100. In the same way, if the loss and cost price has been given to you, you can easily find the sale price. The only thing you have to do in case of gain, you made addition of the gain, and in case of loss, you have to reduce the loss figure from 100. In the same way, if you have incurred the losses of 10% and the original cost was 100 rupee, then find the sale price. What would be that? Here you have to write 100, then minus loss percentage of loss, that is 10, divided by 100, multiply by cost price. Suppose that was 100, and when you reduce that, you can easily find the sale price. That would be 90 rupee. So in this way, first two equations or first two formulas I have taught you. The next are, if you are given with the sale price and gain, but you are asked to find the cost price. How would you do that? In case of gain, just make addition. In case of loss, just reduce that loss. In the same way, suppose the sale price was the sale price is 115 and you are getting the profit of 15%. Okay, then how would you find the cost price? This is very easy. Just write 100 on the numerator, and in the denominator just make an addition of gain percentage into 100, that is 15, and multiply this by sale price that we have assumed as 115, and when you will solve this equation you shall get the value of cost price. The only difference is, in case the sale price is to be find out, all the equations whether this is gain or loss, that has to be solved in the numerator. But in case you are to find the cost price, you have the all the equation in which gain and loss whatever is there, you have to solve this equation in the denominator. So this is the only thing. In case of loss, again, if cost price is to be find out and you are given with the loss percentage and the sale price, suppose you are incurring losses of 5 rupee, okay, 5%, and the sale price is 95, you can easily find the cost price. How you can find? Just write 100 in the numerator and just write the loss percentage having subtracted from 100, that shall be 5. Multiply this by the original sale price, and when you shall solve it, you can easily find the value of a cost price. So I think these many formulas are much more than enough for solving these kind of questions. Okay, so these can be, you need to remember only these formulas. I think the other formulas are very easy and very easily understandable. All these things are, because I think I have taught you in a way that now you would be able to find the relationship between the sale price and the cost price if any of the equation is given in the question. So that was all the detail regarding basics of the cost price and sale price. Now we are just moving further. You already know the structure of our lectures. So first of all, we just make your concepts clear, and after that a number of questions are explained, and when these are explained, we expect you understand these to the best and possible manner, and after that you practice as maximum as possible. These kind of questions are very important. I must tell you, number of time the question from profit and loss has been asked in the examination. So now I am going to explain one by one some questions. I shall explain in a way so that you can understand everything. In case you are not able to understand, you can ask us via WhatsApp or in any way, and after that you are supposed to practice a lot. So now just going to show you the first question, and one by one I shall make the equations of these questions on the basis of relationship between sale price and cost price. Just moving further, this is question number first. So the question is saying, if a person sells a sari for 5,200 rupee, okay, that means, so in the question you have to apply your mind, you have to find the two things only. Okay, this is cost price and sale price. Whatever is given, you have to write it immediately. If a person sells a sari for 5,200 rupee, that means he is selling at this price, that means this is a sale price. Making profit of 30%. Okay, so he is making profit of 30% by selling this. So he is making the profit of that much. Okay, so sale price is given and profit is given. You are asked to find the cost price of the sari. So this is going to be very easy for you. I have already taught you. In case sale price is given, then the gain is given, then you can easily find the cost price. You don't need to make any kind of equation. Okay, so cost price is very easy to find. 100 divided by 100 plus gain percentage, multiply this by the selling price. In this way you can easily find the cost price. So what would be the cost price in this case? This shall be 100 divided by 100 plus percentage of profit, that is 30. And what we have to do now, we have to multiply this by 5200. Again, I'm going to write this. Okay, so if we solve this equation further, okay, I'm going to write here. So if I'm going to solve this equation further, what I would do, 100, this is cost price, shall be equal to 100 divided by 130. Cost price, that should be equal to 100 divided by 130 and multiply this by 5200. Okay, so these things we have solved out. You can cut this 0 by this 0, and 52 is easily divisible by the table of 13. You can write here 4. So here comes 400. So you can multiply this 400 by this 10. This is 4000. You can easily find the value of the cost price. This is 4000. And 4000 has been given in the option B. So you shall select it as your possible answer. So I hope in a very easy manner you would have understood how the relationship between these figures can be made out. Just remember the formula and just try to find how you can make the relationship between the things. So that was all regarding the first question. I hope you would have enjoyed this and you would have understood to the best of your knowledge. Now I'm just going to share the next question, and this is again going to be regarding this, and this is question number 2. Okay, it seems to be somewhat typical, but I must tell you, I shall explain in a way that very easy mathematical equation can be made out from anything. Even if you have any kind of question, you can post us. We shall solve it for you. So the question is saying a watch is sold at a loss of 10%. Okay. That means there is a cost price which we don't know. There is a sale price which we don't know. But by selling at a specific price, the person is incurring a loss of 10%. Okay. So that is the first line. The second is, if it was sold for 140 more rupee, that means whatever the price at which this has been sold and you have incurred the loss of 10%, if you make the addition of 140 more in that, then you would be gaining 4% at your cost price. Okay, then what should be the cost price of this article? So now nothing has been given to us. We have not been given the cost price, we have not been given the sale price, but we have been given two percentages only. The first is loss percentage and the second is gain percentage. So we don't know how to start this question, but I shall make this question very easy for you, I must tell you. So just going to tell you how we can solve this question. So a watch is sold at a loss of 10%. Okay, so this is sold at a loss of 10%. We can write here like this is a specific sale price. Okay, if the watch is sold at that, then you are bearing the loss of 10% of cost price. 10% of cost price means 10 divided by 100 multiplied by CP. Okay, at a specific price, if this is sold, then you are earning that, then you are losing this much. Okay, so now I am just going to make the equation. I must tell you how. So here is a specific sale price. Okay, so if at this price is sold, I am going to find the loss. What would be the loss? Loss is always equal to like cost price minus loss percentage of cost price. Loss percentage of a cost price. Okay, that we know. Okay, we have already seen in case of formulas. Okay, so this is all about that. So if this is sold at a specific price, then what would be the loss? The loss would be cost price minus 10%. This is 10% of 10%. That means 10% of cost price. 10% of a cost price. We have to write here the sign of a multiplication. Now we can easily find the selling price. We know that that will be equal to cost price minus, we can reduce these two simplest terms. We can write here CP minus 10. CP minus 10. We can write it like this. Okay. And again, we are solving, if we are solving this equation, we can take the LCM of 10 and we can write this SP as 10 CP minus CP divided by 10. And if we solve this further, we get 9 cost price divided by 10. So this is the first selling price. Okay, in this way we have solved first selling price. This is the first selling price, and the question is telling us that if we have solved this specific article for 140 more rupee, then we would have been gain of a 4%. That means in this sale price, if we make the addition of 140 rupee more, if we had solved this more, then we would be earning 40% gain at our cost price. So now the first equation is this. I'm just for the sake of the this area, I'm just writing here the first equation again. So this is going to be the first sale price is going to be 9 cost price divided by 10. So this is going to be the first equation. The second equation is if you are making the addition of 140 in that sale price, then you would be earning 4% more. Okay, you would be earning 4% more. I'm just going to write it here like so. That would be cost price plus 4 divided by 100 multiplied by cost price. So I hope you would have understood this equation. It's saying that if you make an addition of 140 rupee more in that sale price, then you would be earning 4% of cost price. So I'm just solving this equation. I'm just trying to find what would be the next selling price. The next selling price would be SP plus 140 should be equal to CP. If I'm reducing it to the lowest term or the simplest term, I get a 25. So I get CP plus this is 1. So I can easily write here CP divided by 25. So I have written here. So it is all about that. Okay, so I have solved it right now. If I'm taking the LCM of 25, so I can write SP plus 140 is equal to 25 cost price plus cost price divided by 25. And we can easily say that the next equation would be sale price plus 140 should be equal to 26 cost price divided by 25. So this is the second equation. In this way, we have solved both of the equations. So now I hope you would have got some idea. I'm just going to write all these things again. Okay, so if we are writing all these like SP, the first SP is equal to 9 cost price divided by 10, and the second SP is this is sale price plus 140, that was equal to 26 cost price and divided by 25, and this equation was like that. Okay, so now what we have to do, we can I think it's not going to be difficult for you right now. Okay, so this is equation number second and this is equation number first. Just we know that the value of the sale price is higher in the next equation. What you have to do, you have to write these equations again. This is sale price plus 140 is equal to 26 cost price divided by 25, and write the first equation right below the second equation. I'm writing here sale price is equal to 9 cost price divided by 10, and you can just make the subtraction of these. Okay, just minus the first equation from the next equation. Just minus it. You can see that in both the equations you shall have the sign of minuses. The sale price would be easily cut down, and you will be left with only this equation. 140 is equal to 26 cost price minus 25 minus 9 cost price divided by 10. You will be left with this equation only. I hope you are understanding this. If it seems to be typical for you, that means your mathematical operations are not this much sound and you have to work upon them. So now I'm just going to solve this equation further. What you have to do, denominators are not same. This is 25 and this is 10. What you have to do, you have to make it same. So that's why we shall take their LCM. Okay, if I'm taking their LCM, I get the value of 140 is equal to, I get the value of 50, because 50 is the value which can be divided with with both the tables of this thing is 25 and this thing is 10. So now I'm just going to solve it. Okay, so how to solve it? 25 multiplied by 2 was 50. So we shall make multiplication of, so okay, I just write it in more elaborated form. 26 cost price multiplied by 2 minus 9 cost price multiplied by 5. How 5 came? Because 50 can be divided with the table of 10 at the value of 5. So this is why I have written that. Okay, I'm just going to write this again here. So this is 140. That should be equal to 52 cost price. Okay, minus 45 cost price divided by 50. So that should be our balancing equation. So that would be our balancing equation. So what we have to do, we have to write here 140. We can take this 50 to the left hand side. We shall write it here like this: 140 multiplied by 50, and that should be equal to 52 cost price minus 45 cost price. And if we reduce these two, we get the value of 7 cost price. So I think till now you would be able to understand this. Okay, so now just rubbing this all and just writing the equation in more simplest form. So 7 cost price should be equal to 140 multiplied by 50. So we can take this cost price to the left hand side and we can take the 7 to the right hand side, and we can write this 7 to as a denominator. And after that you can easily see that the 14 can be divided with a table of 7. And if this is the case, so we can write here like simply like here shall be the value of 20. And when this is the case, you can easily multiply 20 by 50, and after multiplying that you get the value of 1000, and this was your cost price. And you can see that you could never even imagine, without even having the cost price and selling price figures, we have solved this question very easily. And I must tell you, I'm again telling that that was not difficult. If it seems to be difficult for you, the only reason is that you are not able to make mathematical equation. You do not need to be bothered about any mathematical equation. These shall be solved out on only on the basis of as much practice as you do. So this was all about that. I hope you would have got and understood this complete question a lot. So now I'm just going to show you the next question, and this is going to be the next, and this is going to be the third one. So again, it seems to be typical, but we shall be solving in a way that it becomes easy for you. I must tell you, mathematical equations are must. There is none kind of a shortcut. None kind of shortcut is there. If you remember the shortcut, you shall forget it for sure. In the upcoming days, we are going to cover syllogism. That is the most important, the biggest part of reasoning. And that involves so much conceptual understanding, for which we have planned for so many lectures. So we never think that shortcut would be enough. Okay, so you must need to understand the concepts. Just going to solve this question and we see what is there. it says that if the cost price of 12 pence, okay, is equal to selling price of 8 pence, what is the gain percentage? Now you would see that this seems to be difficult for you, but I must tell you, I shall solve it in a very easiest way. Suppose the cost price of 1 pen is cost price. So cost price of 1 pen, so that is 1 rupee. Suppose this is 1 rupee. Okay. So what the person is doing, he is saying that the cost price of 12 pence is equal to selling price of 8 pence. Okay. So actually he is selling 8 pence. He is selling 8 pence. Okay. So he is selling 8 pence. So what is the cost price of 8 pence? We know that the cost price of 1 pen is 1 rupee. Then what would be the cost price of 8 pence? That would be 8 rupee. Okay. That means our cost price is 8 rupee for selling 8 pence. But we know that the cost price of 12 pence is equal to selling price of 8 pence. Now we have to find profit. How we can find the profit? You easily know. You have to minus sale price from, you have to minus cost price from sale price. Okay, you have to reduce the cost price from sale price. So what you have to do, you know now that the cost price of the 8 pence is 8 rupees. So now we have been asked to find the gain percentage, and without finding the gain, we can never find the gain percentage. And what is the gain? Gain is always sale price minus cost price. Okay, so gain is sale price minus cost price. Now cost price we know, this is 8 rupees. Sale price we don't know, we have to find that. And we have been given that the cost price of 12 pence is equal to selling price of 8 pence. So now we know that the selling price of 8 pen is equal to cost price of 12 pence. So we know cost price of 1 pen is 1 rupee. So the cost price of 12 pence should be 12 rupees. So, and we know that the cost price of 12 pen is equal to sale price of 8 pence. So now we can easily know that the sale price of 8 pence would be 12 rupees. Now we know both of the things. Okay. We know the cost price, this is 8 rupee. We know the selling price, this is 12 rupee. We can easily find the gain or the profit. The gain or the profit would be 12 minus 8. This is 4 rupees. Now we have been asked the percentage. Percentage, I have already told you. Percentage of gain is always find like gain divided by cost price multiplied by 100. So gain we know this is 4 rupee. 4 rupee divided by cost price was 8 rupee, and you have to multiply this by 100. When you do that, you just get the value of 50, and this is 50 percentage. That means the person is earning the profit of 50 percentage. Again, try to understand this completely. You have been given cost price of 12 pence is equal to selling price of 8 pence. You don't know anything. You don't know cost price. You don't know sale price. But you have been asked to find the gain. For finding the gain, you need to know the knowledge of these two. First of all, assume that cost price of 1 pen is 1 rupee. Then obviously he is selling 8 pence. Then the cost price of 8 pence would be 8 rupees. In the same way, you have been given that the cost price of 12 pence is equal to selling price of 8 pence. That means cost price of 12 pence should be 12 rupees. That 12 rupees is equal to selling price of 8 pence. That means for 8 pence, the cost price is 8 rupee and selling price is 12 rupee. Now you can easily find the gain. This is 4 rupee. And on the basis of these two items, you can easily find the profit or loss percentage. So in this way, I hope you would have understood this question and understood the concept of this completely as well. So now we are just moving further, and I'm going to show you the fourth question so that we can solve it and I can teach you in a proper manner. Okay, so now just look at this question. It seems to be again very difficult, but I shall make the equations. So because I have not solved it before, maybe I am also taking 1 or 2 minutes, but still I shall solve in a way so that you can understand it easily. So it has been given that 2 bicycles were sold for 3,990 rupees each. So two bicycles were sold. This is bicycle 1, this is bicycle 2. Selling price have been given to us. Selling prices have been given. For the first it is this, and for the second it is this. This is same as, okay. We know that by selling these for these prices, we gain 5% on one. Okay, so gain percentage is given. So gain is given. So this is 5%. 5% gain. 5% gain is earned by selling the first one, and in the next we lose 5% on the other. Okay, so loss percentage is also given for the second one. This is 5%. So this is the complete matrix. Complete matrix is there. So I shall show you how you can solve this. So the question is saying the gain or the loss percentage on the whole of the transaction is what? So what you have to do, first of all, you have to make the complete description of full question. First of all, you obviously need some kind of space. I'm just going to write the equation again. Okay, sale price I'm going to write here. So I'm just going to make a simple table, and in this table we shall be writing some of the important things. So we have been given with the two bicycle. This is bicycle 1, this is bicycle 2, and we have been given that the selling price of both these bicycles is 3,990. 3,990. These are the selling price of both the bicycles. Profits. By selling the first bicycle, you are gaining 5%. Okay. Loss. By selling the second one, you are losing 5%. So this is given. First of all, what we have to do, we have to find their cost prices, because the question is saying what is the gain or the loss in the whole transaction. For the whole transaction, if we wish to find the gain or loss percentage, first of all we have to find the individual cost prices, and finding these very easy. I must tell you, I have already given you information that when just look at here, look at this this specific formula. If gain is given, sale price is given, you can easily find cost price. If loss is given, sale price is given, you can easily find cost price. Just apply this formula and find the actual cost price of individual items. In the first case, I am finding this is gain. So what we do, so cost price would be equal to 100 divided by 100 plus gain is 5, and the cost price is the sell price is 3,990 rupee. So this is all the equation. So if I solve this equation, I get the value of 100 divided by 105 multiplied by 3,990. You can see that it can further be simplified with the table of 5. If we reduce that, we get the value of 20 and we get the value of 21. We can further reduce that, because let me just solve it. If I can solve in my mind only, 3,990. Can it be divided with the table of 21? Let me find out. If I get here, the value of 1, then I am left with 18, 189, and that can be solved with the help of the figure of 9. Okay, I get 119. Okay, so 3,990 can be cut with the table of 21, and we can get the value of 190. When we multiply this 190 with 20, then we get the value of 3,800, and 3,800 is the cost price of the first bicycle. So that we have received the value of a cost price. Cost price of the first is the 3,800. In the same way, I'm going to solve for the second one. The cost price should be equal to 100 divided by, this is the loss situation, 100 minus 5 multiplied by 3,990. So just going to solve it further, we can write like 100 divided by 95, because 5 has been deducted. It should be multiplied by 3990. We can further simplify these with the table of 5. We can get the value of 20 and value of 19. Let me see if 3990 can be divided with the table of 9. I try that. So 19 multiplied by 2 comes to be 38. Then we are left with 1. This is 19. That comes to be here 1. After that, here comes 0. Okay. So 3990 can also be divided with the table of 19. And if we multiply 20 by 210, then we get the value of 4200. That shall be the cost price of the second bicycle. So in this way, I have taught you how you can find the cost price of both the figures. And the total cost price, if we are trying to find that, that should be 3800 plus 4200, that should be 8000 in total. For the whole transaction, the cost price is 8000. Now we have to find gain or loss in whole of the transaction. That means we have to find the individual gain or losses. So in the first case, there was gain. In the first case, there was gain of 5%. What you have to do, in case of gain, you obviously know that you have to reduce from sale price the cost price. Sale price is this 3990. Cost price is this is 38,000. If you reduce that, you get the value of 119. This is the gain in case of a first transaction. And the loss, you can find the loss in the next transaction. Loss, you know that loss is always equal to cost price minus sale price. So cost price is 4200, sale price is 3990. If you reduce that, you get the value of 210. Overall gain or loss can be find like there was loss of 210 rupee, but the gain was only for 119. So if you are trying to find overall gain or loss, that would be 190 minus 210, that would be minus 20 rupee. That was loss. That was loss of 20 rupees in whole of the transaction. Now you can easily find the gain or percentage loss in whole of the transaction. What you have to do, you have to write 20 in the numerator and the cost price of a whole of the transaction in the denominator. And when you solve this, you can easily find the loss or gain percentage. Let me try if I can solve this without the help of calculator. That comes to be 400, and 400 can easily be divided with 100. We are left with 1 divided by 4, and 1 divided by 4 is always equal to 0.25. That should be the gain or loss in our whole of the transaction. Okay, so this is given here. Okay, so this is like a 1.25. So this is the loss. Given an option D, we shall select it as our possible answer. So now you can see how in an extreme detailed manner I have solved this question. I had not solved this question before, but ideas just come to your mind when you think deeply. Okay, so just with these two things, cost price and sale price, you can find any kind of further equations. Now just going to move further. I think this question is going to be the last one, and we shall be solving it, and I shall tell you how you can make the equation of that. After that, I think we need some time so that next lectures can be prepared. So this is going to be the last question in this video lecture. After that, we shall be delivering you some questions. You can also practice if you have any kind of sources. The question is saying a trader purchases several articles at the rate of 13 for 10 rupee. So he is purchasing 30 units of an article at the rate of 10 rupees. 30. So the cost of a 13 unit is 10 rupee. That means the cost of 1 unit. Cost of 1 unit would obviously be 10 divided by 13. It would be 10 divided by 13. Cost of 13 units are 10 rupees. I shall write in the next page because I do not have that much space here. So I have just given you the idea. If the cost of 13 units is 10 rupee, then the cost of 1 unit will obviously be 10 divided by 13. And he sells them at the rate of 10 for 13 rupees. Okay, so this is, it seems to be complicated, very complicated, but we shall solve it, I must tell you. So we see, first of all, we need some space. A trader purchases several articles at the rate of 13 for 10 rupee. First of all, what you have to do, you have to find the cost price of 1 unit. You know the cost price of 13 units, that is equal to 10 rupees. That means the cost price of 1 unit shall be 10 divided by 13, these many rupees. So that shall be the cost price of 1 unit. Okay. He is selling them at the rate of 10 for 13 rupees. So he is selling 10 units. So in all, he is selling 10 units. Okay. He is selling 10 units. That you have to remember. So this is cost price of 1 unit. Okay. So you have to find cost price of 10 units because he is selling 10 units. Cost price of 10 units should be equal to cost price of 1 unit multiplied by 10, that should be 113. So this is his total cost price for selling. That should be his total cost price. Okay. So we know that selling price is given to us. This is 13 because it is given he sells them at the rate of 10 for 13 rupees. So he is purchasing 10 units at the cost of 100 divided by 13. He is selling 10 units at the rate of 13 rupees. Okay, so this is sale price, this is cost price. Easily, just fastly find the profit. Finding profit is very easy. You know the sale price, you know the cost price. Just reduce from the sale price the cost price. If we reduce that, we know that there is no kind of thing in the denominator. You just have to take the LCM of 13. If you take here, you get the value of 169, and 100 should be subtracted from that, and 13 shall come at the denominator. And when you do that, you get the value of 69 divided by 13. That is your profit. That is your profit. Okay, but the question is asking the percentage profits. Okay, the total profit is 69 divided by 13. You know that finding the profit or gain percentage is very easy. You have to write the profit figure on the numerator and the cost price in the denominator and multiply this by 100. Solving this equation, okay, I'm just writing here 69 divided by 13. This should be divided by cost price, and cost price is 100 divided by 13. Okay, so this is all the case. Oh, this is all the case. So that is all about that. So this is the equation. You have to multiply this by this all by 100. So in this case, you know that that shall become the item of numerator, and that shall become the item of denominator. I hope that it's not the concept which you need to learn right now. So you can write 13 here, you can write 100 here, and 100 should be multiplied. 13 can be divided with 13, 100 can be divided with 100. So 69 percentage is the left out figure, and that is the profit percentage in this specific question. And that has been given in option A, so that we shall select it as our possible answer. So in this way, I hope I was able to teach the concept regarding profit and loss very completely. You would have understood this concept. It's not that difficult to understand. Okay, first of all, if we are making the conclusion of this specific series, we have understood regarding the basic concept regarding cost price, selling price, after that profit and loss. After that, we have learned some formulas and some advanced formulas as well. After that, we have found 5 questions. These were very conceptual, I must tell you. We had chosen those questions which I seems that it could be difficult for you. Okay, so I hope you would have understood these a lot. Okay, the next topic is going to be regarding um, discount and interest. I think this is going to be the chapter, and after that one chapter shall be left, and the complete topic the uh, the mathematical reasoning shall be over. So now I am just going to take a leave from you people. Regarding the next lecture, I shall be intimating you as soon as possible. That is going to be regarding discounting and interest. Again, we shall read regarding these two. We shall read their concepts, we shall understand them, and we shall try to apply them. I must tell you, the probability of profit and loss questions being asked in the examination is between 75 to 80%. Okay, so this is important. You have to go through, you have to make the analysis. And I must tell you, this is very interesting, because when at the time you read the statement, you don't believe that you can solve it, but once you solve it, you become very happy. Okay, and that happiness makes this chapter more and more interesting for you. And this is not the only one, this is the case for each and every chapter. Thank you so much for joining me. This was Gurpal Singh from Gursur Education.